assigned them, but the executive at a construction company where they were employed for certain as well as we, there this is going to have a long-term impact on the economy, all of the ships that come, all of the workers back up, and in relation to that, there are traffic concerns. There are only 3 passengers through these waters, including tunnels that have restrictions on what can be carried through them and on the size.
All the information we have is the 6 individuals. Well, in the water that can move with the tides and currents, making that dangerous for divers and people in the water to actually try to do recovery. And we do not want to injure any of these first responders in this recovery effort. We absolutely want to be as safe as possible for everyone involved in this. And I'll let Colonel Ross, is there anything he wants to add?
Can you go into specifics about what the search and rescue entailed, like were there scuba divers or was everything above water, sonar, any sort of equipment that might have been utilized over the past 12 months?
From the outset, we moved all those resources in with dive teams from various state, local, and county agencies. We also use sonar. We're doing our very best in some very difficult times and difficult conditions, which is why we're making that transition now. The last thing we want to do is put divers in the water with changing currents, low temperatures, very poor visibility, and so much metal and other unknown objects in the water. All it takes is one object to strike an individual, and all of a sudden we have a first responder trying to recover another first responder. I think at 0600 we'll find ourselves in a better position to understand the dynamics of what we're dealing with and to address the issue in a much safer manner.
Did the authorities have 6 IDs now, and have those victims each been contacted, those families I should say?
I can't speak on that. That's still in the investigative portion of this.
Have any remains been retrieved so far? far. We've also heard reports that there might be individuals trapped inside of vehicles, that there might be debris that has made it more challenging for FBI and other law enforcement to deploy.
All of that is unknown at this point, and as I said, we have to cease operations. We can't start again until we can assure the safety of those divers and the rescue personnel that are going to participate in this. If we look at how challenging it is at a simple motor vehicle crash to extract an individual, I'm sure we can all imagine how much harder it is to do it in inclement weather, when it's cold, under the water, with very limited to no visibility.
Just to clarify, no remains have been removed thus far by search and rescue teams other than the 2 who were rescued alive.
That is correct.
So, Colonel, you're confident then that no other vehicles made it onto that bridge before the collapse, or as it was collapsing, I should say?
Based upon the fact the original information that was provided, the Maryland Transportation Authority Police Department was able to shut down traffic. Is there the possibility that there was another vehicle in there other than those vehicles involved in the construction process? I think we all would have to understand, yes, that's a distinct possibility. As unfortunate as it may be, it's a distinct possibility. However, we don't have any information to support that at this point.
When
Ma'am.
you bring the divers out, do you have an idea of where these individuals are, if they were in cars or not, and do you know how long the recovery effort is going to take?
We do not know at this point. I'm sure as you've seen some of the aerial photos, there is a tremendous amount of debris in the water. From containers hanging off ships, we have to make sure those are shored up. We're going to work with structural engineers to help them understand how to navigate and address the challenges of having bridge structure in the water that may be sharp, that could puncture a suit, that could puncture an airline. All of these are things that we must take our time with.
Do you know where the victims are located?
This last question.
I'm
Do you know
sorry.
where the victims are located in the water? Have you been able to find them yet, or if they're in cars or not?
At this point, we do not know where they are, but we intend to give it our best effort to help these families find closure.
How might inclement weather tomorrow impact the recovery efforts?
Very clearly it could, but we're going to do everything in our power to help these families find closure.
How stable has the boat been? How stable has the boat been?
Miss, how do we get their names, titles, spelling?
Folks, we're going to be establishing unified command as well as a joint information center, and I know there's a lot of questions, and we're going to be providing that information where we will continue to provide updates. But that is the extent of our updates tonight. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
When do you start your briefing tomorrow?
No. Stand up. You got it. This one. I want to stand up.